In the still hours before dawn on June 10, 2025, Iran's air defense system began to fail. Radar stations went dark, communications stuttered, anti-air batteries powered up, then froze. But the skies were not filled with jets. They were filled with something much smaller and much quieter. Dozens of drones were already inside Iran's borders, not flown from Israel, not launched from the sea, assembled inside the country, and activated with a single encrypted signal. It wasn't just a mission, it was an invasion without borders. This is the true story of Operation Shadow Swarm, and the night Israel's Mossad rewrote the rules of war. For over a decade, Iran and Israel had danced at the edge of open war. Mossad agents sabotaged centrifuges, eliminated nuclear scientists, and disrupted fuel production. But Iran adapted. It buried its assets deeper, built stronger, and by 2025, it had amassed a formidable missile force. These missiles weren't just deterrents. They were tools of regional influence, capable of striking anywhere from Tel Aviv to Athens. For Israel, it was no longer about prevention. It was about preemption. Instead of bombs, Mossad sent in briefcases. Instead of soldiers, couriers. Operation Shadow Swarm relied on micro-UAVs, custom-built, modular, nearly untraceable. Parts were smuggled in through Jordan, Azerbaijan, even commercial flights. Once inside, agents assembled them in basements, mosques, and abandoned buildings. Each drone had a target. Some were kamikaze units with thermobaric payloads. Others were designed to disable radar arrays or disrupt power stations. The key? No central command. Each drone operated independently, waiting for the final signal. On the night of June 10th, at 1:14 a.m., dozens of drones launched in near-perfect synchronization. Their first targets weren't weapons. They were the eyes and ears of the Iranian defense network. Radar towers, relay antennas, surveillance drones, and GPS jammers. What came next was a storm. Israeli F-35s and F-15s crossed into Iranian airspace under cover of electronic chaos. They flew low, fast, and unseen. In under 3 hours, more than 120 strikes were confirmed. Missile launch pads, fuel depots, command and control bunkers, all destroyed. It was the most sophisticated joint air cyber operation in modern history, and it began with drones the size of toys. But Operation Shadow Swarm wasn't just about firepower, it was about infiltration. Mossad drones inserted malware into power relays, scraped Iranian air defense logs, and broadcast false telemetry to confuse missile batteries. One Iranian colonel, later quoted anonymously, said, "We didn't know where to shoot. It was like trying to fight a ghost." From thousands of miles away, Mossad operatives watched in real time as Iran's most secret facilities became transparent and vulnerable. Iran responded within hours. Over 150 Fateh and Zulfagar ballistic missiles were fired. 100 Shahed drones launched in waves. Israeli air defenses lit up the night sky. Iron Dome, David's Sling, and Arrow interceptors blocked the majority, but not all. No one died, but the message was clear. Shadow wars don't stay in the shadows forever. Then came the shockwave. UK intelligence confirmed several of the Iranian drone factories hit during the strike were producing parts for Russia's war effort in Ukraine. Shahed components, electronics, even rocket motors. That meant Mossad had just severed a link between Tehran and Moscow. The implications were massive. Israel's preemptive strike may have bought its security, but it also cut off one of Russia's drone pipelines and drew attention from every capital in NATO. The world braced for war, but it didn't come. Iran's counterstrike was limited. Israel's jets returned home, and the Shadow Swarm drones disappeared as quietly as they had arrived. No footage, no pilots, no wreckage. In the wars of tomorrow, there will be no front lines, no declarations, only the sudden silence of a radar station and a whisper of wings. Do you believe the next war has already begun, and we just don't know it yet? Subscribe for more true military missions told like never before.